Hi Anna, how you going? Yeah, not too bad. You just want to come over here for a moment? You excited about today? Okay, now, since last week you were so excited about your diagonals and you were really interested in that, I thought this week what we'd do is we would learn how to do our trot diagonals and change them. Now, if you just have a look at the horse's legs for me, see how his right fore and his hind left have the same colour on them? That's because that is his right diagonal. Now, so with his yellow side, that's his left diagonal, so his left fore and his right hind. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to give a demonstration. So if you just be able to watch his legs and just try and pick what diagonal I'm on. Okay, and then once I've had a bit of a demonstration, and I'm also going to demonstrate just how we change diagonals. And then after we do that, we'll get you set up so that you can have a turn. Lovely. Okay, do you just want to wait just outside the arena there, just where you can see? As you can see, Anna, I'm on my right diagonal, so my right foreleg is on the outside of the arena. Nope. And he's doing his usual, let's go to the toilet at the start of each lesson. Come on, mate. Get up. You going to go or not? Sorry. As I said last time, I think this is definitely something we've got to work on. Okay, so once again, I'll get him on his right diagonal when he's finished, and then I'll change. Might just use this little 20-metre circle here, just so it's a bit closer for you to see. So as you can see, I'm once again on my right diagonal. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to learn how to change diagonals. Now, so to change diagonals, what we need to do, instead of going up, down, go up, down, up. And then as you can see, now, if you have a look at his legs, I'm rising when his left fore moved forward. Well, I was. Okay, so I'll just go again and we'll do the left fore. So even though this is the wrong direction and it's my inside leg, I'm just doing this close so that you can see. And so once again, when I come near you, I'll change. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Come on, mate. We've definitely got to get him out of this habit, I think. Okay. So as I said, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And as you can see, if he stops stopping, that's the changes. So, okay, once again on the left diagonal, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So basically what you do is you... just lost my stirrup there. Now, so what we'll do is when you hop on, we'll adjust all the gear and make sure it's right for you. And then what I'll do is I'll stick you on the lunge lead just so that you can get used to changing without worrying about having to control the horse. Just once more. So on the left diagonal there. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Sorry? Yes. So I started off on my left, which was the incorrect diagonal because it was on the inside. And then when I was halfway around there, I changed to my right diagonal, which is, as we discussed last week, was the correct diagonal when we've got to have our be on the diagonal that's on the outside. It keeps them more balanced. It's like you trying to go around a corner. So if you're trying to go around a left corner, but you're facing that way. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you're facing this way, it's much easier for you to bend into that corner. Does that make sense? Okay. Right. So on my left diagonal there now, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so what we'll do now, did you bring a helmet with you today? That's all right. Now we need to make sure we have a helmet, so what I'll do is I'll lend you mine for today. No, that's fine. So what I'll do is I'll just come out here and we'll jump off and we'll organise a lunge rain and then get you set up. Okay. Excited? Hey. Alrighty, Anna, whenever you're ready, come on in and we'll get you started. Helmet fit okay? Okay. Ready to jump on? Yep. Away, just watching that toe. Good job. It is sometimes, and he's getting a bit taller, he's growing, he's only young. Okay, I'll just check that girth there. Okay, no, that's all good. How's that feel with your stirrup length? Okay? No, that's fine. See how you feel. If you feel like it's too long, we can adjust it, but it looks all right there at the moment. Okay? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just be on a circle. It doesn't matter which direction we're going. What I want you to concentrate on this morning is just identifying what diagonal you're on. So I'll ask you which one we're on, and if you can just call out. And then what I'll get you to do is we'll get you to change diagonals. Just on the lunge, and once you're competent and you're confident with that on the lunge, we'll let you off. And because you are a bit more of an accomplished rider and you are picking things up really well, I'm going to make it a bit more challenging. And once we've got that skill established a bit, I'll get you to do figure eights where you need to change at a certain point. Okay? No, so if you're going, the way to remember is if you're going, if this shoulder is coming forward as you're rising in your seat, you're on your right diagonal. Whereas if you're rising and the left shoulder is coming forward, you're on your left. Okay, so it doesn't matter which direction we're going to start off with. We're just going to practice doing that change and identifying what diagonal you're on. Okay? Are you happy to start? Okay, so I'll just go out on the lunge. And when you're on? Okay, now we might just do a bit of a recap from last week. So when you go out into the circle, I might just get you to practice those transitions from a walk to a trot, just to get the feel of the reins again. and just so we can see how your seat is. Okay? Yep, you can start that way. Okay, whenever you're ready, transition out to a walk. These little white markers here. These little white markers are the inside track of a 20-metre circle. So if you just keep him just outside those white markers, that'll keep you on a nice even circle. Now just remember there, when we're going that way, to keep your inside leg on his girth and your outside leg just a little bit back, keeping your outside rein steady and just using your inside rein just to give him a bit of encouragement to turn around that direction. Okay. So if you just give a little bit more outside leg, a little bit more inside leg, and just turn his head just a little bit to the left, he's just counter flexing outwards. So what we want him to do is work on that lateral flexion and flex inside. That's the way. Oh, you need to make him do what you want him to do. Okay, whenever you're ready, Anna, transition to a trot for me. Okay, and once you're comfortable, we'll then start to talk about our diagonals. Okay, do you know which diagonal you're on now? Yep. Been a bit of a stubborn boy today. Get up. Okay, don't worry too much about your reins. I do have a bit of control over him. So our main focus for you at the moment is just to concentrate on your diagonals. I'll keep him on his circle. Yep. So don't worry about the little markers. When you're off the lunge, we'll worry about them. But at the moment, I'll keep him on the circle so that you can concentrate on the... Yeah, it's probably a bit better, just because the lunge reign's not quite that long. Okay, so I'll keep him on this circle. If you can just worry about your diagonals. Okay. That's it. Okay, which diagonal are you on now, Anna? Yep, that's right. Again, mate, come on. I don't think he's nervous. I think he's just a bit too well fed. A bit smelly. Alrighty, he's finished. So when you're ready, just transition him up from a walk to a trot again. Okay, which diagonal are you on now? That's right. Good job. Okay, so now in a minute, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to change over to the other diagonal. See how at the moment you're going up, down, up, down? Okay. Yep, so when we're ready to change, what you do is go up, down, and you sit for 2 downs. That's right. Good job. Got it first go. So what diagonal are you on now? That's correct. Okay, well done. Okay, do you want to have a go and see if you can change back to the right? Whenever you're ready. Well done. As I said, because you are a more accomplished rider and you are picking things up very easily, what I'll do in a moment is I'll take you off the lunge lead and I'll get you to take him around in a figure of 8. Okay, so just keep going around for a minute, just practicing, changing. Okay, and when you've changed, just call out which diagonal you think are on. Yep, that's right. Yep, good job. Yep. Yep. Now just remember, we need to also take into consideration our position. So whilst we are learning our diagonals and we're looking at that shoulder, we still need to try and maintain our position. So just remember that invisible line that we keep talking about. Shoulders back a bit. Okay, now just to make it just a little bit harder for you, see if you can change diagonals without looking at his shoulders, and you can do it by feel. So which one are you on now? That's all right. Yep, you're on your right. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Remember which one you start on. You did. You looked down that time. Okay, now when you're ready, I might get you to turn him around the other way, just so that we're not working one side more than the other. So we'll get him to go around the other direction. Okay, so whenever you're ready, transition from a walk to a trot. Good job. Keep him going. Just remember those little leg aids. Give him a bit of a squeeze to keep him going. Just try and move your inside leg forward a little bit, just so that you're parallel with the girth. That's it. Okay. Good job. You're a natural at this. How did that feel? Then we're going to the toilet again. We might have to work him for half an hour before you come so that he's got all of his poop out of him. Never know. Yeah, transition him up again. Then he's getting a bit lazy, so this is where you need to make yourself a little bit assertive over him and push him to do what you'd like him to do. So just keep on with those leg aids. Come on, mate. Because I'll help out a little bit while he's on the lunge, but when he's off the lunge, he needs to listen to what you're asking him to do. Oh, hang on, I think he's doing a poo now. Oh, come on, mate. No, he's just been lazy. I think it's there. It's not quite ready. Can you transition him up for me? Give a squeeze with those legs. Okay, which diagonal are you on now? That's right. Just try and keep that inside leg steady for me. Your hands are much better today. You're keeping them much more steady. He is doing a poo. Rightio, he's finished, so whenever you're ready. Okay, we should be right now. I don't think he'd have much more in him. Well, I'd hope not. Okay, which diagonal are you on now? Yeah? You want to change for me? Good, good. Your hands have definitely improved from last week. You're keeping them much more steadier. upright. You're just leaning in towards the circle a little bit. So we just need to stay completely upright. Oh, seriously, mate, come on. Okay, now he's just being lazy. So this is where you've got to make him do what you want him to do. Come on. Yeah, I think he does. Seriously. Alrighty, mate, whenever you're ready. Which one are you on now? Okay, change for me. Good. Much better. Now, do you want to try and apply those aids a little bit as you're doing these diagonals in this circle? So just increase your inside leg a little bit. Just trying to encourage that lateral flexion. Outside leg back a bit. See how he's dropped his head? Okay, hands down a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Okay, whenever you're ready, transition him back to a walk. Good, good. Now to a halt. Good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come over and take the lunge lead off for you. And what we'll do is we'll start off on this 20-metre circle, and once you're confident on the 20-metre circle without the lunge lead, then we'll go and we'll do a bit more trickier stuff and do the figure of 8. Okay, so just give me a minute and I'll just pop out of the arena. Is it too long? Okay. Okay, no worries. Well, I've got his head here. Do you just want to take your foot out for me? Just slide your leg back a bit. We'll try one hole up. See how you go with that. But yeah, if at all you ever feel like the equipment's not adjusted properly, let me know and we'll work it out. Because to be able to do these skills properly, we need to be able to... Yeah, if your stirrups are too long, it is hard to balance properly, especially when you are on the circle. There we go. Stick your foot back in. Okay, just give me a minute, I'll just pop out of the arena. And then what I'll get you to do is I'll get you to go out to the circle and just work your way around to the right to start off with. Which diagonal will you need to be on? If you're working around this way. Yes, that's right. Okay, just give me a minute. Put your hands on the reins for me. Alrighty, whenever you're ready. Now, if at any time you feel insecure or you're not comfortable out there by yourself, just let me know. Okay, when you're ready, transition him up to a trot. Which diagonal are you on? Good. Looking good. Keep those hands down for me. Okay, whenever you're ready, change diagonals. Good. How does your control over the horse feel? Is he responding to your aids? See how he's just dropped his head there? And he's starting to lean into that bend a bit more? That's because we're applying our aids correctly and he's working into that lateral flexion. That's good. Keep those hands steady. Just remember to sit up straight and we're not leaning into the corner. We're maintaining our upright seat. That's right. Okay, you want to change back for me? Good. Good. How does that feel? Yep. Yeah, so you get what I mean when you asked earlier why we do a diagonal on a certain leg? So does that make sense now? Okay, so what we might do is if you just want to transition him back to a walk and then a halt for me, I'll come in and explain how we're going to do our figure eight. Good, good, much better. Definite improvement from last week. Okay, so as you know, if we're going around this way, we're on our left diagonal, and as you can see the white markers here, that is one 20-metre circle. And these cones are the inside of that 20-metre circle. Now just over here, if you have a look, this is the centre of our arena. So this is what we call X. We've got B there and E there, C and A. Now the centre of all those four letters is called X. This is the centre of our arena. So what I want you to do is start off on this circle. So when I hop out of the arena, I'll get you to start over there at H. Work your way around that way. And when you come to this point, I'd like you to change to your right diagonal. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to go around this way. And so then we need to be on our right because the right will be on the outside. And once again, this is a 20-metre circle in here. You go around the outside to KAF. And as you can see the white markers, you come back here. Now when you come back here, we need to then swap and go back this side to our left. Okay, now to be even trickier, because you've picked it up really, really well, I want you to also try and apply your leg aids as well. So when you turn around here to the left, you need to put your inside leg, which that would then be your right leg. So as you turn, put your right leg on his girth and your left leg behind the girth, and have your left hand steady, and then just a little bit of pressure on the right rein. So that'll help him bend around that corner. Okay, and so when you come around this way, we need to do the opposite. So to go around this side, we need your left leg on the girth, your right leg back, your right hand steady, and just a little bit of pressure on the left rein. Does that sound okay? Any questions? Am I throwing too much at you? Okay, so just give me a minute. I'll hop out of the arena. So when I'm out, just walk around to H and then we'll start from there. Okay? You happy with that? Challenging enough today? Alrighty, good job. Okay, just remember to keep those hands down, and we just try and work on our steadiness of our left legs, because as I said, if we're using our leg aids, we need to make sure that they're steady to make sure we're giving him the correct cues. Okay? Good job. Give me a minute. Okay, Anna, whenever you're ready, bring him around to this circle around to H, and then when you're ready, transition to the trot. No, you're right. Just whenever you're ready, just transition to a trot, and make sure you're on your left diagonal, and then we'll start our figure of eights. If you want to do that to make sure you're comfortable on that left diagonal, that's fine. Hands steady for me. Good. That's looking really good. From this direction, I can see that he's bending nicely now. Okay, so when we come to the centre, we change. Good. Making sure we're sitting upright, shoulders open. Just try not to lean into that corner. Alrighty, get ready to change. Beautiful. Lovely. Just keep the hands steady for me. Okay, now if he's going too fast, just slow him up a bit. If you're not comfortable with the speed he's going, because we don't want to try and learn transitions and diagonals if he's going too quick for you, because it's harder. The quicker you go, the harder it is. You don't want to go too slow either. It's sort of a catch-22. You've just got to find that happy medium. That's beautiful. Lovely pace. Beautiful. Okay. Just a bit more contact with your reins, just to give him those rein aids. Lovely. I think you must have gotten all that poo out of him. He's going properly now. Transition. Good. Okay, remember our upright seat? You were just leaning forward a little bit there. That imaginary line again. Good. How does that feel? That's all right. You corrected yourself, though. You went around the corner and you forgot to change, but then you corrected yourself. Okay, so you just got to remember when you hit those markers, change. Good. Just leaning back a little bit for me. Hands in a bit more on his neck. Beautiful. Hit the markers and change. Good. Much better. So we're just leaning forward a little bit. Just straighten up for me. Good. Change. Well done. How does that feel? Are you confident with that one? Yeah, that's all right. As I said, it takes time. It takes time. We just have to remember to try and correct ourselves if we are leaning forward a bit too far. So when you are leaning forward a bit, you just have to think, do I feel like I'm leaning forward? And just remember to pull your shoulders back, tighten your stomach muscles, and that'll help you sit back. Good. You corrected yourself there. I don't know if that's a good thing. He's going lovely for you. Change. Beautiful. Much better. Just try and keep your hands steady for me. Beautiful. Okay, now when you're ready, just transition him back to a trot. Back to a walk, sorry. Lovely. Okay, and then we'll transition to a halt. Okay. No, that's all right. It can fix it. How does that feel? Questions?
I just keep getting mixed up with the diagonal, but you taught me just to fix it up.
Yeah.
And I can feel how you told me to keep making me go up and down and then down for two to feel how balanced he was, and that helps me realise too, because I can feel it in him.
Yeah. And he feels more balanced when you're on the right diagonal?
He does.
The correct diagonal, I should say?
He does, yeah, like you said.
Yeah. As I said, it doesn't matter if you don't change right on that mark. It takes practice, but the fact that you're correcting yourself is wonderful. It means that you've learnt the skill and you can recognise when you're not on the correct one and you know how to change it. It's all about learning. We don't have to be perfect dressage riders straight up. Yay! Okay. See how he's yielding beautifully there with your reins? You've got your reins held really nicely and he's yielding his head under. So eventually, once we get a bit more practice, this is what he'll do whilst you're riding. So he won't have that neck stretched out. He'll have his head collected, and when you go around those bends, he will bend his whole body around your leg. But practice. Your aids are getting better. Your reins are definitely much better this week. Yeah, that's right. As I said, if our reins, if we don't have our arms steady, if they're bouncing, his bit's going up and down like this. So it's giving him, it is a little bit uncomfortable for him, but the main thing is it's giving him mixed messages. He doesn't know what you want him to do. So for him to be able to do his job, we need to learn to keep the messages we send him as accurate and correct as possible. It's like me going, Anna, turn right. Do you get what I mean? Okay. So well done. Okay, would you like to walk over to the outside of the arena there, and I'll get you to dismount? You've done really well today. Good job. Congratulations. Okay, so if you just hold there, remember how to dismount. Both hands in your left, that's it. Feet out, spin over. Good. Okay, do you want to lead him up to the tie-up area for me? Wonderful. Thanks again for a great lesson.